Welcome to Grindestree podcast. Well, me and my co-host Sean talk about personal and professional growth. Welcome back to Grindestree podcast. I'd like to introduce myself, Travis, my co-host Sean, and our guest Austin, who is a videographer, and he does everything from weddings to editing. Hey, Austin.
How you doing?
So what's up? How's business, man?
Business is definitely seasonal, being weddings, so it is picking up fast. It turns up until the end of the wedding season. So
You don't ever see it in like the wintertime or like it's not all year round. It's mostly in the summer.
yeah, you'll get some outliers here and there, but it's definitely all the work is done. Yeah, during the nicer season.
Really? Because I've met so many girls that are like, oh, I want a winter wedding. So I'm surprised that that's your main season is summertime. Well, no, I've met a few that they love those winter weddings. They want those white photos. You know what I mean? Like they really like that snowy backdrop. You know what I mean?
Get
So
that in the summertime, yeah.
no, exactly. That's why I'm surprised that your business is really thriving in the summer versus the winter, and it's not just kind of year-round type business.
Yeah. And it might be too North Carolina, obviously. The snow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I am doing both Syracuse and North Carolina.
Now, how'd you get into it? Like, what made you want that to be your business?
Videography in itself. So as a kid, I struggled socially from real young. And one day my dad gave me a camera, messed around with it, little Sony DVD. It had like DVDs you put in it.
Oh yeah, those little ones.
And I would go to family things and all that, and I would just film it. And that's how I became to be sociable before I learned how to like find myself.
Then kind of like being behind the camera rather than in front.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's slowly changing here and there, but and then I'd have odd end jobs. My last job, I was manager at a burn dairy, and I just gotten this Canon from Costco. It was like $2,500. My father got me it. I was like, I want to do pictures. He got me that for my birthday, and I didn't know what to do with it. But long story short, I quit that job after 8 months and picked it up and struggled for 5 years.
Wow.
Hey,
Now we're here.
Yeah.
I mean, but again,
Yeah.
so you struggled for 5 years.
That's what it takes.
But what do you think was the main cause of that struggle? Was it not advertising for your business, or was it not headhunting and giving the grind as much as you thought you should have? Like, what do you think was your real downfall in those 5 years?
I would say all of it was learned. Like I would say the most people that get into this that I work with now, they've went to school for it and they're in debt for it. I didn't go to school for it at all. So in that regards, I felt like if I learned what I learned now, I learned more than what they were learning because I had hands-on experience in the field with it.
Which to me is the best way to learn things, right? Like you can go to school all you want, but until you're thrown in the real world and you actually figure out the best ways to do things, you don't really learn anything. Anything can be learned from a book, but real world knowledge needs to be learned in the real world. You have to come across those real people, and you have to understand that you're going to deal with those bridezillas and everything else out there, like I find that to be a very expensive. I think that's you can't buy that experience, I guess is the best way to put it.
And I think I have an advantage on a lot of other videographers. I think my weak points is nobody else in my family has ever started a business like that. And I refused to let it lose once I started it and made the LLC for it and all that. And it's like, for my first company I had, I was like, I'm doing this. The biggest thing was not being sociable enough to go out there and get that. So I really stayed hidden, and I'd work and I'd leave, and networking.
You gotta make those connections. You know that.
Yeah, look how this happened.
But look at you. No.
Super important.
Not to cut you off, but your networking, to me, in my visual, what I've seen over the years, I feel like you're amazing. So whatever issues you had with the social in the past, I feel like you either worked on it or your back was against the wall to the point where you had no choice, and you're out. Look at us three.
So which one was it? Was your back to the wall and you had no choice?
Like what made
or you just kind of went out there
beyond that comfort zone?
Right. Were you out there and you were just like, I have to do this or I'm not going to make it? Or like,
I cannot physically, I was, at least for not now, I was not able to work for somebody else and like being managed like that. I tried many times and I struggled with it. I think a lot of it was self-worth. I mean, I've been in rooms with Fat Joe and like KRS-One, like hip hop legends, and walking. I'm in his Instagram. Like I've seen some wild rooftop parties with Biggie Smalls' family and Lil Cease. Shout out to Ian. But once I got to that level, I still didn't feel like I was imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I think
Get
that's
it.
what it all was, the whole thing.
It's really hard when you create a business.
What's that?
You know what I mean? Like are you asking what imposter syndrome is?
Yeah, I want to know.
Okay, well, imposter syndrome is when you have made it to a certain point and you don't feel as though that you deserve to be there. And honestly, it's more of a mental state than anything, because in your head, you're like, I can't believe I'm here, but I don't know that I'm actually supposed to be here type thing. And imposter syndrome, you can't have imposter syndrome if you're an imposter, right? So
Right.
technically, if you're there, you're meant to fucking be there,
But you still don't.
but you still don't feel like it. It's almost like a dream, like you're not really meant to be there, but you are there, you know? So that's that kind of boils down
I
to.
have a little bit.
I think it's that. I think it's and poverty mindset that I'm still trying to break out, because we don't, you know what I mean? I'm the first one that's trying to break through to achieve these levels. So
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, dude.
pressure.
Everybody's got to break that glass at some point,
yeah,
right? And it doesn't matter if you're the first or you're the third. You just got to break that glass, right? And yes, the first one has more clout, but starting a business is impressive regardless of whether you were the first in your family or the fifth in your family. That's impressive regardless, because you went out and you followed your dream, right? It's not easy to go out there and put yourself out there and fucking go after everything that you wanted and do your best to achieve it. Now, you may not achieve 100%, but if you achieve 80%, that's a huge thing.
Is it safe to say we probably don't give our?
Did you just fucking raise your hand to
I raised
talk,
my finger,
bitch?
not my hand. Now let me say again before I rudely interrupted by Leonardo.
Did you just call me Leonardo? For real?
Listen up, fellas. Is it safe to say that
Fuck
we
this
do not give ourselves enough credit? Is it safe to say that?
Of course.
I mean, you might give yourself a pat on the
No,
back every
no.
time.
I mean, I may look.
Say that we don't give ourselves enough credit for the hard work?
Let's put this out there. I may look the part, but I don't feel as though that anybody in this planet is harder on themselves than I am on me. All right?
I picked you out because I know that. So now you can explain it.
Bitch, I'm going to float on a fucking door in a minute.
Listen, this isn't Aladdin.
Dude, that's from Titanic, and that was Leonardo. So,
Got me there.
but no, I mean, I really am the hardest person on myself. I am the most competitive person I've ever met. And even though I may have achieved what most people want to be, still not even close to where you are. Fraction of where I will ever fucking be.
It's never going to be.
Because the second you're comfortable with where you've become is the second you stop. And I'm a firm believer in competitiveness and the fact that until you've reached that 1%, you're not at that top. And you may not hit that 1%. You know, you may hit the top 20, but hitting the top 20 is better than being on the bottom 20. Let's just be okay with that. Okay. So one of my favorite sayings of all times is, you can shoot for the moon and catch a star.
Amen.
Or you can shoot for the clouds and you'll be lucky if you touch the sky. Okay.
Feel no condensation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why shut your dreams so short just to reach for something that everybody else thinks is unreachable? Okay, I might not touch a star, but you know what? I'm going to catch space.
Can get you further, right?
I'm going to get past them clouds that you're reaching for.
We talked about that.
It's important. You know, it's important to never dumb down your dreams because, whether you hit them or you don't, your dreams being bigger than others, you're still going to hit higher than others. Yeah. You know, now, how do you feel about that? that's saying? Like, does that hit home or was?
100% agree. There's something to quote the other day. I can't say exactly, but it's like my worst case scenario is your current situation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I see
Locking in.
and I see the vision of me making it, and like I have to like
Yeah.
when it's
You
there,
just got to grind, man.
you got to do it.
You have to, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know.
Listen, I'm telling you, it takes a different breed.
Sacrifice too. Like
Now let me ask you this: when it comes to videographing, what is your favorite part of it? Do you prefer taking photos on weddings? Do you prefer editing? Do you like what is your favorite part of that whole genre?
it's changed. It used to be editing 'cause I stay at home, don't gotta deal with nobody, and all that. But as I got more and more into the clientele that I want to work with, which is the wedding stuff,
Mhm.
now it's like I would rather see what needs they want and then have the tool belt to make that happen for like the sales and the communication part of it. I feel like is really I'm very passionate about that.
So you've gotten better with talking people and talking business. So it's always like that.
Sales and I
How you grow
and it's weird with us selling, terrible product. Like it's a passionate product for people who are taking a risk marrying each other financially and like they're like their life is betting on it.
Yeah.
Like they're going for it.
It's a big event.
I'm rooting for you, not just because you're paying me to shoot it, but like I just love every time. It just doesn't get old.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I don't know if I want to cut you.
No, you ain't coming up. Go.
So with you mentioned that your father did buy you the Canon.
Yeah,
So that basically would have been one of your initial startup purchases.
correct.
So with him blessing with that,
Mhm.
is he proud of everything you've done?
The initial investment, yeah, it was at Costco, and he's like, if you really want to do this, he just got, I think, something went on, and he had some money left over, and he goes, I get it. It was $2,200, and then I needed a laptop, and he put $2,500 on a laptop, so
Wow.
5Gs.
So that's what I'm saying though.
We don't
you're
come
you're not
from
making
that.
him proud.
Yeah, and I took that original investment, and now I'm looking at moving to North Carolina, coming back, getting a home, like
Yep.
bringing this girl back
Steps. Yeah.
That's what's up.
from that. So I'm like, and there's been ups and downs where I didn't think is what I was supposed to do, and I try to sell it all, and it just keeps bringing me back.
That's what I was gonna ask
It's like,
you.
I
What?
gotta-
Because I remember having these conversations over the years.
Yeah.
What has made you stick around and relentlessly not give up? Like, because there's ups and downs, obviously, with every business. But as you were saying in the beginning, with your ups are obviously in the summertime.
Yeah.
Before this conversation, I would have never. I've learned a lot over the years. I would have never known that there's ups and down. Seasonal for a photographer, videographer. I would have never known that. So
In certain industries of it, really.
cool to know that there's ups and downs, obviously, because as we know, there with every business. But so, what has made you not give up?
I just put in so much work that I look back over 10 years now, I think, and I was like, well, I have 10 years of skill here.
Yeah,
I just didn't know where to put it. And obviously working with like the music stuff way back, there's no money in that.
yeah, you gotta keep tweaking though.
And then all of a sudden you pivot, and I did a few weddings because a friend of mine, I was going to quit. He goes, you're going to do this wedding with me before you quit. I did the wedding, and I'm like, the amount of money they're spending here and like the quality of video they're getting, it's like I could do better than that.
atmosphere. So like you just said with the weddings. So before that, you were focused more on like hip hop and music videos and stuff. Is that what
Yep.
you were doing?
Then it turned into real estate, which I liked because the money, but then that still wasn't consistent enough.
So with real estate, what would you offer?
So I was subcontracted under somebody else.
Were you doing like walkthroughs, video,
Mad
walkthrough, and all that?
There.
Stacked photos. Like it was nice being in these $1 million homes, working with this person who was subcontracted under. But I told her like, I know what I could do for your business to make this better, and she didn't trust me because she got screwed over before. And I'm like, and that's when I realized it's more about the business than it is about this, like, because I just saw more to it than just the shooting.
Now, one thing when it comes to a client that's like, oh, I've been screwed over by this, because I've dealt with that exact scenario, right? For me, it's easy to say, okay, yep, you've been screwed over and walk away. But it's the salesman in me wants to go, yes, I understand you've been screwed over before, but let me show you what I can do. And let me do this for you for free. This touch. I'm going to give you a fucking taste of this cake, right? And then you're going to pay for the whole slice. And if you want the whole cake, it's going to be this much. So it's so easy to kind of turn that around
Very.
salesman wise, right? So there's so many people out there that just want to quit when they've heard the word no. You can't quit when you hear the word no. And that is extremely important. And from a business standpoint, is you're going to hear no 30, 40, 50 times, but you've got to learn to turn those no's into yeses, right? It's the same thing as sell me this pen, right?
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
They
Now,
all do.
anybody could say, oh, you really need this pen. No, what you need to do, or what you need to do is understand the client first. Do you need this pen? Is this important?
Read the room.
You know what I mean? Like, understand who you're selling to first, and then pull your sales tactic from that, because not every sales tactic is going to be the exact same.
Right.
Right. So learning that from a business standpoint, to me, is extremely important.
So with the finger up. No, because I want to get this in before we move past this. So not only was the salesman in you trying to, yes,
I was just
finger up.
about
One finger up, the other flash button. So not only, because you're not gonna make me lose track on this one. I'm on you.
Go ahead.
So not only
Good for the challenge.
the salesman inside you wanted to make that situation work out with a client that had a previous bad experience with a contractor. Remember we talked about this?
Mhm.
So not only did you make that work out to, let's just say, get the sale for the company,
Of course.
but you were able to fulfill your duties, and you literally stuck to your word with her. And what did that do? That regained her faith for all future contractors, let's just say. Like,
It really
it
did.
just did. Like, that is not,
It 100% did.
it's, oh, we got the job done, she's so happy. No, you could have just changed her mindset for the rest of her well-being.
Well,
Like,
not only that, but
really-
I mean, in the past, she was screwed over by so many contractors.
right.
Literally took those contractors took half down and then just bounced. And my company is the farthest thing from that, because to me, there's no difference between me putting a gun to you and saying, give me all your money, or me saying, I'm going to do a job, I want half money down. You know what I mean? So you need to understand. But again, what sales really boils down to is understanding who you're trying to sell to.
Mm-hmm.
Every single sale is different. You can't just have a script in your head and have it work every time.
No.
Right? Can we all agree on
You
that?
gotta connect.
It is very important that
You
you need to get an understanding of who you're dealing with, what they've dealt with, and
Exactly.
then fix that problem.
That's why I studied psychology all those years. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing with my business. Not to cut you off.
You didn't cut me off.
Psychology, so I'm telling you right now, got me to where I am, because like you said, it's about reading people, it's about connecting, it's about people making people feel comfortable.
100%.
And we're going to go back to you real quick, because I had a question. Because we were talking about the hip hop industry and how you were into that a lot. You're making a lot of music videos. I've followed your stuff over the years on social media. I loved it. All the drop, you had the, dangling. I loved it all.
I was one of the first to bring it here, just saying.
I know. But what we want to focus
Hey,
on
you
now
did it,
is-
man. That's good.
So you transitioned over weddings, right? That's what your main focus is now?
Yes.
So tell us how you might be able to find leads on weddings, or do you have to travel for them more often than you really want to? What does that do on your relationship? Does it carry a toll on you? How do you adapt to it? What do you do? Do you have anxiety when you have to travel places? Like, how do you deal with all those things? I do a lot of that
Yeah.
too.
Because of the music videos and being in those scenarios and a lot of those things I can't mention, getting in I believe in myself even more because of all that. At the same time, you know what I mean? The relationship, it's actually helped my imposter syndrome, because for once I've got somebody in my corner that's like, just makes all that stuff go away. Right. For the first time for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm keeping you. And she gets the grind of the mindset, because from the beginning, I'm like, I'm going this way and you can come with me, but I made a promise to myself that I'm doing
So
this.
she knows you're locked in, basically.
Support is number one, man.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
need that.
you need cheerleaders in your life.
Yeah,
I don't want to cut you off.
Bet my cheerleader. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, it's been like 20 years, man.
Like, I started my business well before his, and I kept telling him he needs to fucking do his shit, and he just finally
Darn, that prolonged everything in my life.
again, it doesn't matter when you start it, as long as you have somebody behind you supporting it. That's what's important.
Yeah.
And I would definitely do that. But again, with the traveling, does that take a toll on things?
Nope. I'm naturally a traveler. That's why I'm hardly ever here. And she is too, so we kind of back.
She basically love it.
Yeah. But it's getting to the point where it's like, yeah, it's time to get my feet somewhere.
Do you ever get to travel with her when you're doing your work, or when she's doing her work? You know, like you
Not
travel
yet.
together.
Not yet,
Sure,
but
you come on with trips and stuff.
we are talking about her doing administration stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Cause her sales, I think I'm good, but
See,
definitely they're the 10.
start that mindset of sales again. It all boils down to who can break down the person that's in front of them. That's all sales is. All these people want to say, "Oh, I'm good at sales," right? And I was a salesman for a very long time. I sold $4,000 fucking vacuums and was the best on the fucking team.
I
Okay,
sold salt to a slug. Gone.
try selling a $4,000 vacuum.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So I said, listen, get up out of here.
that's what I'm saying.
I said, well, hard.
I would have sold it to you.
And my dad and stepmom bought that shit.
That's what I
It
mean.
was like $40.
I'd have sold.
I'll go buy a dirt bike.
I'd have sold you two of them. But again, it's understand. All sales really breaks down to, right? To be a good salesman is understanding who's in front of you, understanding their problem, finding a solution, and giving them that solution. That's all it is.
Especially if you're delivering a product, cliche, but that you believe in, but not only believe in, but like that you're passionate about. Like
100%.
if people falling in love, that's some serious things going on.
Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever ventured out from weddings? Like, have you ever thought, like, yo, I'm going to go do photography for graduation? Or, I mean, as morbid as that sounds, a funeral. Because people want, like, memories of all of those things.
It's real stuff.
And all of that could be a good moneymaker.
Yep. So like you said, the less busy seasons, like the colder seasons, I start to connect with local businesses and like put them on retainer for stuff.
Really
like that.
thought you said the dead seasons is when you hit funerals.
So I'll hit up a little, like I
Help like restaurant. You try help.
Yep. So there's a new bodega that's in Baldwinsville. I drove by on the way here, and I pulled in. I'm like, nope, because I saw their Instagram yesterday, and I'm like, this is dead. But they're bringing in traffic.
Where can these businesses local to us? Where can they find you on social media?
That would be AGMT Studios.
The AGMT studios.
So
Okay.
They can reach out to you there if they need any help. Like
Is that on Instagram, Facebook,
Facebook,
Snapchat,
Instagram.
all that stuff?
Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn.
All right.
you can get their so
If it's my
platforms
My
going.
best suggestion, go everything. Go Threads,
Yeah.
go Snapchat, go every single thing you could do.
But keep going.
I don't give a shit if you ask me, bro. Honestly, yeah, of course I fuck you. We're in the same room, bro.
But strategy wise, I'm like weddings.
But strategy wise, as many social media things as you could possibly get, and even the brand new Threads. Check out, like, our podcast is about to be on Rumble.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to hit everything we can. And it's as a business that we're trying to start and business owners that we are already, we want to be on every single social media we possibly can, every platform. So
any exposure.
even if it's Snapchat, it doesn't matter. If you got 5 people following you, it doesn't matter.
He's giving a billboard on the side of 690 and 41 for everywhere, right?
I'm going to try.
Right?
I'm going to fucking try. You better believe I'm going to try.
Talking for him now.
It's going to be our face right on that fucking podcast. You know what I mean? Like, but
make it crazy.
either way, the most you can put, as much as you can possibly put yourself out there, the better. So don't ever cut yourself short.
Yeah.
Would be my best suggestion, you know?
I'm starting to learn too, like two things. My biggest fear was my biggest strength, and that's talking and like believing in things and believing in people and selling. You know what I mean? Like that regards. And the second thing is realize like I'm not just a videographer at this time. Like I love all businesses and how they run. This is just the one that I've had for so long that I have slacked on for a while until I took it serious. And that's where I'm thinking, like with the weddings, it's like, because it's seasonal, you get deposits in advance. So you can get, if you can max out your season,
You can book out 6 months, 7 months.
and then I could start a whole nother gig. Maybe I could start like a storefront, and you know what I mean? Like I've been looking at clay at an idea I've been thinking about. I'm like, I just need to bring in the income first.
That's what those deposits are good for. Keep the cash
Because
flow.
I truly love systems in business.
Well, I mean, you know how many multi-billion-dollar business owners failed on their first 6, 7, 10 businesses? I mean, just because this is your first idea doesn't mean this is going to be your last idea.
We're so young still.
You
don't know
can
what's
never
coming up.
close off your mind to other business adventures, right? Just because I own a contracting business doesn't mean this is what I'm going to do forever. I might hand this down to my foreman and go do something else that I really want to go do. You know, this podcast might kick off and we're going to fucking go start touring with this thing. Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
But to close yourself off to other ideas or possible business adventures is just dumb in my mind. You know, you can never shut yourself off to anything else.
Brain's always, and you've seen what all
I'm not calling you dumb. So take that to account. That's not what I was
He's
saying.
such an open-minded, what I was trying to say. He's always like brainstorming.
it doesn't ever stop. None of us right here.
Multiple times, you know what I mean? But again, that it's always good to refresh the public to let them know that, you know, just because one idea you think is your multi-million business 100% idea, you can't just, I'm not saying don't solely focus on that idea, but don't close your mind to others.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to branch out from that one idea, you know? Things can always come from something else. Now, you creating that business could always create another one and another one or things like that, but you don't know until you try, right? Like, what if you were still that anxious kid just sitting in your room, just you not wanting to be behind that camera?
A lot.
You know what I mean? Where would you be right now?
I see still the same videographers in the same position, and it's like, where'd you go? It's like, I'm on another thing now.
Yeah.
Like, I grew and realized what my true talent is.
100%. And one door should always open another.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, you should probably close the door you opened and open another one.
Yep.
And in 10 years, too, of doing this, and like the ups and downs, it's been 10 years, like you learn a lot of things.
Yes. Listen, not like I was going to say a minute ago, the way you have gained the social skills you've gained over the years, the way you're able to sit here right now and talk.
I would never do this. I can show you a podcast 5 years ago, and I was not like
exactly. This. So that means everything you just went through for the last decade.
Called growth, man.
It was growth. It was all set up like that for a reason. Everything is getting you tightened up for whatever's coming in the near future, because that's how everything works. So you building those social skills.
Everything happens for a reason.
I live by that every day. For instance, with my business, as you know, we deal with clients every day. We have to deal with people. We have to deal with conversating. We have to deal with holding a conversation. We have to deal with sounding sophisticated with certain people, even though we might not be sophisticated.
You got to make that sale.
Before I opened my business, I worked for a vending company where I had to go to all different companies, speak to people there, and then, take care of the vending. Before that job, I had no social skills at all. So that job, I feel like, prepped me, and it really gave me the confidence that I needed really to like actually walk up to a person and talk to them like about a vehicle detail or about, anything in life. Before that job in particular, I had no social skills at age 20 something. So that job I started there for a reason, and it helped me build the skills that I needed. So like I was saying, everything happens for a reason. And, obviously we're talking about the seasonal, transitioning with your business. Because I've talked to you over the years, but not everybody knows us. What are some investments that you've made? What are some smart choices that you made with investing? Because I know you're real tight with that with your brand.
I made mistakes early on, but I grew up seeing everybody else make mistakes. And like when the money comes in,
you learn from
they never had it before. I'm going to get everything I can. But I saw it so many times, and I've been blessed to like my father's tutelage where he's like, that day's going to come and you better have something to show for it. And like, I just see everybody who had it, and they thought they asked for it. It could happen to me again. It could happen to anybody. And I took and I just saved and saved and saved, and I just put it into something. And I had no prior knowledge of finance. I reached out to people, and I just did what I knew how to do. And it's like 10 years just to get right here, but it's just enough.
So what would you recommend? Nothing crazy with investments, but maybe a small investment, something, to get someone started. Just what would you recommend?
Gold and silver, man.
Talk about Julia.
And even with that, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but like, it's just simple. Like,
it's hands down the best way to do it. But not only that, if I had any input in that S&P 500,
yes,
S&P 500 will always bring up 8 to 10% every year, whereas a bank account's going to hit less than 1%.
Yeah.
So if you were smart, you would put all of your money, let's just say all your money right into that S&P 500. It would hit better than a bank account would every single year, nonstop. And I don't care what's going on with the government, because without fail, for years on years, it has at between 8 and 10% interest. Why would you put it in a bank account that hits 0.5%?
Yeah.
So S&P 500, you can really never go wrong. And I mean, you can always gamble with Bitcoin and things like that, but S&P is basically the new age bank account.
It is.
I mean, you can't go wrong with an S&P.
Crypto at all?
I do a lot of crypto.
You're in
I would,
crypto?
Oh yeah.
unless I think the biggest point where I was at was like to bring in the income first and to realize what I needed to do and constantly delay gratification now for later, something bigger. And I'm big.
Which is the definition of crypto.
It is.
It really is. I mean, you can't put money in now and expect to get money in a year. This is a 10-year investment, you know.
It's a long term.
It's
Very long term.
It's so brand new. And like no one in my family wanted to achieve this level that I'm trying to achieve. So it's like role models and things like that, like finding people.
I used to have something pop in my head because when people, and this sort of happened to me when I opened up, I sort of knew it was coming, so I sort of prepared for it. So as being a business owner, some people do it, but to be, a real tight business owner, when stuff goes wrong, it's our job to be problem solvers. Like being a business owner is really like problem solving 101. Like you have to be able to problem solve on the fly at all times. And you can't really rely on people, when you run into situations, you got to sort of rely on yourself and teach yourself over the years.
Try babysitting the grown ass men, bro.
I know. I could only imagine. I just listen to your stories, so I'm living off his experiences.
I can't fathom doing that kind of work. Like that was something that people live in.
I knew. Not only that, but overwhelming. The hardest part is being a babysitter.
You're not that bad.
Being a babysitter of grown ass men, man.
You want?
And
Why think I diapers all day? You look.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, shit.
Again, I'm sure my employees will watch this and be pissed off. But again,
No, he's like this.
you know what?
Trying
Trying to discipline, organize, and tell grown-ass men how to do things,
frustrating.
It's fucking nearly impossible. Because they all have their own opinion. They all have their own ways to do things. It's ridiculous, So
back
but
to
for my business, it's completely different from yours. But let me ask you this. If you were to hire employees, how do you think that would work out for you?
Over the years, not yet. I still want to get more traction. Yes. Because of my drive and I think the biggest investment was learning who I really am. And by doing that, you understand who other people are. And I have a very, very good read on people who have drive. And those people are usually doing their own thing. But if they get in a room together like this, things happen. And so when I sat down with other videographers and things, I could tell you who doesn't have it and who does. And dealing with all those artists in the music industry, I could tell you they could walk in 5 minutes. They go, that guy's just don't bother. It's like there's a lot that goes into it, but you can see it.
It's just that gut.
If you're not willing to dive for whatever it is,
I know.
Don't get in it because there's people that are ready.
Just about that. Yeah, we talked about that in episode 1 of
like saying no. We hit.
Well, we basically said that if you're not willing to give up everything for your business, I mean everything, don't even bother. You know what I mean? And this means girls, everything. I mean, your whole fucking life. If you're not willing to give everything you fucking got in your life for this, don't start it. That's because the passion's not there. Right?
What about those people that still have fun on the weekends? Like,
again,
is that only had their growth?
I have fun on the weekends.
I don't do anything.
Well, I had fun on the weekends and I own a business.
I know.
But again, for the first 4 years of me doing my business, I didn't.
Well, I'm on 5 years. Shit, like I'm in that boat.
So, well, to be quite honest, you need more employees. That's what you need.
3 people right now.
Again, you need more employees that you trust that can take care of things that you would do. Right now, you got employees that are doing things that you like. You on the last previous podcast, you specifically stated, I have employees that do certain things, but I don't trust them to wash. I don't trust them to do this. Yeah. Okay.
That's so again, maker, so I keep it to me.
Again,
that's my ticket right there.
That's great. But again, you want your weekends back. You got to hand off that reign. You got to find that foreman. You got to find that person you trust.
Yeah, money.
That's going to take that away. The money's going to be there.
I know I want
to. But you need, again, what did we talk about when we talked about my business? I wanted to be like selfish, right? But I wasn't being selfish. I was just not understanding that when I hand those reins off, there's more and more and more money to come.
All right, well, I want to
Tons of money
explain
to come.
something with my personal well-being. I cannot stop working.
Again,
I can't.
that's fine.
I just can't.
Okay? But you could still work Monday through Friday and have your weekends.
I know.
You can still work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and have everybody else working different hours, overnights, weekends, early, late, all that stuff. You can schedule it that way as a business owner. But if you're not willing to hand over those reins, you're the only one that can make that change, man. Like, nobody can tell you to make that change. That's a you thing.
No, it's
So-
not about holding the reins, bro. I'm telling you, inside, like,
You'll still work.
I loved it. Like, I
Again.
love it. It's what I love to do.
So on the weekends, you can still grab a car for you at your own house, right?
No, I know. I don't have to.
That time too that you're gonna have on those weekends, because time as you go deeper and deeper,
Time is money.
you'll sit back for a second and go, wait a minute, I didn't have time to think of this. This brings in more. So that's what I did.
You'll get better ideas for
I had-
different businesses and
Bring
things.
out fog,
A
everything.
I had a
100%.
photographer for 1 year, just an extra photographer, and that gave me enough time to sit back and go, wait a minute.
Yep.
There's way more money this way. What am I doing? But you can't do that when you're here doing that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're
You gotta let your brain think,
I
man.
can't even. There's something when I'm working. You're right. I
just
can't
don't.
do the things that I want my brain to be able to do. I can't even order stuff online for my business because I'm so locked in on the detail. That's how bad it is. So I
Alright.
need that time. I need that time.
you're
That's what we talked about before too, was there's a point in which every business understands that you created a business, but you're not doing that business no more. Like me, I'm behind the computer, I'm on the phone,
Yeah.
I'm doing things. There's gonna be a point where you have enough videographers behind you where you're not behind the camera anymore. You're behind the phone and the computer. You know what I mean?
such a long-term mindset. Like I'm already thinking about thinking exit strategies. Like maybe one day that could be fully automated and it could feed other people. And like,
Well, with AI and the way it's going, it 100% could be, you know, that's the way it
yeah.
could be. But there's a point in every business's life where the person who started it isn't doing the work anymore. And if you don't hit that point, you haven't hit the next level of your business yet. That's not downgrading the business you're in. That's just saying you haven't hit that next point. Because there's always a level, right? A CEO who started on the ground doing the work. Then he started doing the emails. Then he started hiring. Then he started doing the emails. Then he started doing the phone calls. And now he's the CEO and he's running the whole fucking company. That's how it goes. That's how these Fortune 500 companies became what they are.
It's so tricky, the delegation.
You've got to employ those people.
or
And
find
you've got to
someone,
have HR and you've got to
Yep.
do all that stuff.
or find someone that can hire for you, or like find, you know what I mean? Like,
The trick is to hire what you're bad at and you do what you're good at. You know, that.
Man, I got a way better saying.
Go ahead.
Do what you do best. Hire out the rest.
Cool. That's catchy and it rhymes. Good for you.
Okay, on to the next subject. So we know you love cameras.
I do still love cameras. Yeah, they're
We know this. We want to know a little bit about your personal life. What do you like to do on your downtime? Like, what we have hobbies? Do you like traveling? You know, just like, what do you like to do?
I like to read. I think I sent you some books that I've been reading. I kind of tag you guys if you guys recommend books, and fitness and health, self.
Oh yeah, you're in the fitness.
So there, I used to be very unhealthy doing this, and then I feel funny taking care of myself. Luckily, the girl I got now is like, no, you're sitting down and like we're putting cucumbers on your eyes, and you're drinking this tea, whatever that.
Okay, little tea. I'm little tea time.
And I realized like I can't do what I used to do at 21.
Oh, I know.
Not only I don't want to, and I shouldn't at this point. I really shouldn't be having to do that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
You know,
at
and
any point,
I
bro.
put in 10 years on it, and the reason why I stuck with it, because I'm not done with it until it's where I want it to be.
Exactly. There's no
And
giving.
now I'm older and more responsible. I'm like, no, now I know what I want this to be. Once I get that, then I'll dabble into the next.
And we sit here and say that like you don't think you are where you should be, or you don't think you should be further. But if we really sit here and think about it, and I'm only talking about my personal life, I feel like a lot of us are doing better than, and I'm not trying to compare us to any of our parents or things,
Mm.
but a lot of us real grinders out here that are really doing this, we're sort of doing better than a lot of people in previous generations that were, like we're doing pretty good. Like it's not simple every day.
We're right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like
There's not a lot of people out there that are willing to take on the stresses we take on.
no.
And when you,
It takes a certain type of person to do what we do. All these again, I'll just bring up the general public. All these people are like, oh, I want to fucking do this. I want to make my own hours, but they don't get. You don't make your own hours when you have your own business. You have to work 24/7. And when the business calls for you to work, you fucking work, and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So there's a cloud over a lot of the public's eyes of what it actually takes to start a business. And I think it takes a certain type of person.
This is why we're here. They need to know the truth.
That's what I mean.
They can't come in it blindly like a lot of people do, and then they'll either fail or give up. If they can actually strategize and they can prepare for it and come on right,
100%.
they could get a lot further just off these videos alone. They're just off
A few crucial things: being consistent and putting your client above you with that. And like when you say you're gonna do something, you gotta do it. Because if you mess up one time, that could. I've done it, and I've done it.
One bad review, bro.
And that's what's like this time around. I'm like, I can't afford that. So if I'm gonna show up, I have.
Have you ever went to a video or anything, and when you got there, you forgot something very crucial that you needed?
I used to, yeah.
He said, "I used to
learn.
It would be an SD card because I had a poverty mindset where I didn't want to solve the thing. So I only had like
you take photos, but I can't save them.
So I didn't want to spend it, and then one photo at a time. Now I realized I could just charge more and have the SD cards included in the project.
Hell yeah.
And things like that. Like, I learned all of this, you know what I mean?
So now that your business has grown, like what if you were to put a monetary value on how much you spent to build what you got? Like that camera right there. Give me a number.
In total.
I know the camera right there is at least 35. So let's let's go for a number. We're here to tell the public what it costs.
Investment was $5,000, camera and laptop.
Yep. No. Now, your full business.
Entirely.
Full business entirely.
10-year period.
Learn what I need to buy and buying early and all that.
What was necessary to buy? If somebody wanted to be where you're at in 2 years,
What do you use on a day?
where are you at?
That you really need?
Yeah. I'm going to say anywhere from 30 to probably 30 to 40,000.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I bought a lot of gear, and what I learned is, and obviously technology is improving too, but like,
Of course.
it's what you do with the tools. I thought if you just think if you get this lens, it changes everything. It's like, no, you could do that with your phone if you know what you're doing.
You got dialed in, yeah.
You really do things. Nobody wants to see you do it with those new iPhones, but you can.
Right.
You can shoot movies with that.
So, if I were to try to open up your business right now, how much money do you think they would need in their pocket? Could they do it with iPhone, or do they need that 30 racks?
Depending on what you're getting into, I think if it's,
let's just say wedding photography. Let's just go right with that.
They aren't paying you to pull up with a cell phone. I
Doesn't
promise
matter.
you that.
Doesn't matter.
get a Sony. Sony's the best.
Yep.
No, but they're all good. But you don't get the crop censored one. I don't know.
No promo.
Maybe 1,500, 2,000.
Okay.
Definitely get a 24 to 70. Any brand.
Definitely need a laptop to do all that stuff.
Or I'm gonna say laptop, yeah, or desktop. You can get a gaming desktop.
Maybe a UN1000.
You could struggle with $1,000 desktop. That's like you bought as a gaming.
Oh, you're pushing it.
If you're shooting 1080p, and you can get away with that. You don't need 4K if you want to. You know what I mean? Start doing it. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, let's say there's a kid out there that wants to be at your level in 2 years, but wants to literally spend the money and do it right the first time.
Oof.
What would the money he need to come up with? That's my question.
Website building.
You think a website?
All of it. All of it.
You
All of
not
it.
help off the rip, or no? You don't have no show.
No skill?
No skill.
Oof.
Yo, you can go to Canva and
Find
fucking
me
website.
right now. If he's that driven, find me. No. Yeah, YouTube and finding somebody and working for them. Like,
Okay. But let's put a monetary value
YouTube.
on exactly
lots of YouTube.
if he was trying to get to where you're at right now in 2 years.
$5,000 to $10,000.
There you go. That's all I'm asking for. There you go.
Dude, ask the same question 40 times. Next.
Bitch, you interrupted and he didn't answer.
5,000 to 10,000.
My bad.
And I had nobody. The people that I wanted to work with didn't like me because in that industry, that music industry, I was a threat because they saw me coming.
Oh, you were
quick.
cooked.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That means you got drive, man.
Just
That's a
stop.
fucking good
Then I was like, you know what? This ain't enough. I'm going this way now.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then now there's a youngin doing it, and he's killing it. I'm like, he's better than me, because I wasn't meant for that field. I was meant for doing.
But
product.
see, that's how you figured out where you were meant to go.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. We're about to end this podcast here shortly. Is there anything else you'd like to touch on your business or anything else, period, to tell the public, to tell anybody about what it's like to be a videographer / editor and everything in which you do, man? And by the way, y'all, this is our editor for our podcast, so fucking get used to his face because you're going to see him around. You know,
The team is growing every day.
and he does a ton for us, and he's gonna keep it grinding. But if there's anything else you want to tell the public, this is your time.
You cannot be an entrepreneur without a team of some sort, or you need like a brotherhood or something, because you're gonna lose people. I've lost friends, and they're still alive, and I lost them because of this. Because after a certain point, you don't have the time, and you dedicate the time to who really matters, and those people think you change.
They take it personal.
Yeah, and like if you can find a team, you're not gonna win without it.
I agree.
Because there's what we can do
You
together.
can't conquer the world by yourself, and you
more
need a
brain
team.
power, more physical power,
You
more
need to
everything.
find that. So if that kid wants to get good in 2 years, find a team.
Yep.
I took me 10
That's the
years.
best
I could
advice
have done
you
it
can
in
give.
2 years.
That's the best advice you can give. Hey, James, what camera should Austin look at while he gives us this outro of this podcast, man? I'm gonna have you do it. Usually we have Sean do it, but
We're gonna give you the honor.
we're gonna give you the honor to go ahead.
Flip out the biceps.
It's right there on the bottom. It's right there on the bottom. Which one you want him to look at? Number 3. So right there in front of you. Go ahead and take a look and give us the outro of this podcast. And let's end this bitch.
Stay hungry, stay humble, and stay in Grindestree.